Grayson. Well, ladies, this is your space for inspiration, empowerment, and real conversations with women who are redefining the game.
Welcome to another episode of SKST Radio, and you are tuned in to Girl Talk. Yes, my friend Miss Pam is here. I know you guys have to remember her from last Girl Talk. I mean, this lady is phenomenal. She has all kinds of things that I'm not going to spill her beans, but she's the mentor of these young ladies, and she was chatting with me about these young ladies, and they are doing phenomenal. But anyway, Pam, tell people who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name is Pamela Katrancha, and for many years I had a retail business, but when I ended that, I felt like I wanted to stay connected to retail, and I am a consultant now. So I have a consulting business, I have a website, and I've been working with some clients, and I'm really enjoying it.
Wow, girl. So, and maybe she can get to come mentoring, a femtoring, I should say. So she does a femtoring too.
I do. I mentor young girls through an entrepreneurship program. We use the basis of being an entrepreneur to teach many life skills as well as business skills. They start in middle school, and I stay with them until they go to college. And I've built an alumni association now with all the girls I've worked with, so I like to keep them connected to each other as well. Yeah.
I mean, girl. So, she sends me this little book. Oh my gosh, she has a whole write-up. Tell people about
Thank
that.
you. Well, as a result of the, I think what you're referring to is that article, 7-page article, one of the clients that I worked with when I started the consulting business apparently was featured in this magazine, but she talked about me and what we did together, and we really did some great things, and her business was successful, and she even got to sell it, which was even better for her. But through that, she mentioned me, and that publication reached out to me. And I'm telling you, what people can put together from a conversation amazed me. And that, I felt very honored and proud of it.
Thank
you.
Man, I reposted it on Norfolk. But she does phenomenal things. She's so hard away. But I really met her for this, but I think we touched base again, the networking again. Like we've been connected the whole time.
I think so too. I mean, I think the networking event was really powerful because you spoke about so many things that you're involved in, and I felt already connected. And I think that's how it got started. But yeah.
So I'm Pam, and she's Pam.
Or sometimes Cammy and Pammy.
Yeah, Pam, that's right. And so, Pam, tell people about how you can help them with your business.
So, what's really interesting, when I ran a business and when I had a lot of employees, because not only did I have Garden Gazebo, but my husband and I were Hickory Farms franchisees for many years, and that's lots of locations, lots of people. And they have something called a secret shopping program where you send a secret shopper out to evaluate your business. But I never believed in it being a secret. Okay, so I told all of my employees, we're going to have a secret shopper come and see you, but here's what they're going to look at. And guess what? It's your job description. So you already know this, and that's what they're coming to see.
Right.
So I took that idea, and based on that, my consulting business starts with a visit. I have an application from the client, but it's a visit where I just examine and look at the store with the owner, or the business with the owner. Because it can be a gallery, it can be a store, it can be, a lot of different things. And that, to me, allows me to just sort of take it all in. I can't help but do that even when I go shopping. I mean, when I'm in a store, I think that way.
Yeah.
But when it's a client and I want to give them responses to everything about their business. And so I start with that, an evaluation. So that's sort of tier one. I give them a written report based on that. And tier 2 can be, I'll write a plan on things that we can do to address what we found together.
Mm-hmm.
And it can end there. But tier 3 is, I will come and help you execute the plan. And I will give you X number of hours along with my assistant, putting things in place. And that is the woman who talked about me through the publication we just referred to.
Right.
That's what we did together. We took it the whole way through. And I think that's why everything worked as well as it did. So I can do any one of those 3. I mean, you have to start with one, obviously. And we can stop there. But I think it really is helpful for me to guide the person, the business owner, all the way through.
Yeah.
Because I think they benefit the most from it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when you first started doing this in the shopping part, is that something that you learned from your business? Or
Well, you're always evaluating your own business for
Right.
sure. And there are many facets of that. But what I do is I put together a whole program out of it because I want to help them look at the leasing. Are they in the right location? I want to help them look at their merchandising. I want to help them look at their buying, what they're doing. So for me, when I'm in a store and I see it look more like, I don't want to call it a yard sale, but
the flea market.
There's just a few things of this or that.
Right.
I know that there are some really great things there, but hey, if you sell those too, nobody else who comes in the store will ever know you were selling that.
Right.
So sometimes people are afraid to buy, and we're not talking by mass, production, but we're talking, a dozen, so that you have enough to sell. So buying and merchandising are very, very important. Key, how to train, how to hire, putting that together. I was very fortunate in all of my businesses to retain people. And I think it was because I put a lot into letting them have influence, learning what they needed to be successful in the business. And they enjoyed their job.
Right.
So all of that, I think, is very, very important. And I think that's easy to teach. It really is.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't even have a training program. They just sort of bring someone in and let them shadow the owner or shadow another employee. But I think it's really important to give them everything they need to be successful.
Exactly. Give them the tools that they need.
Yeah.
But we were talking earlier before the show, and she was just telling me it is so funny that, on her way here,
Amazing. One of my former employees and a young woman, and I loved hiring young people too, because it was sometimes their first job, and it was her first job. And I've stayed in touch with her through social media because she doesn't live in this area. But she just sent me a message, a text, and saying, Miss Pam, as she called me, I'm getting ready to start my own business.
Wow.
I'll be in
Look at that.
Massachusetts, and I thought of you. And I said, well, I'm getting ready to do a podcast. So tune in, and I will also give you my website. And I think she was pretty astounded. She knew that I had closed after 30 years, closed my garden gazebo, but she was looking for advice. So there you have it.
That's amazing.
So she and I will be getting together.
Those connections will never disappear.
No, they never will. And I do stay in touch with former employees for sure. And I've helped a lot of people get their next job and, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So I love it. I mean, this girl has a heart of gold. She really does. And so, which brings me, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages.
Them on.
Okay, if you just tuned in, you haven't tuned in too late, you tuned in to the Cammie Grayson Show, and we are doing Girl Talk episode 2. And we have my friend Pam here, and man, we're learning, we're catching up, and man, so you got other projects that you're working on. Let's talk about that.
Okay. So I'm continuing to mentor the girls, as I said, but I've gotten into another position. Someone heard the word mentor, and they said, oh, I know someone who could do that. But this job is through working with prisoners who are getting ready to be released, male prisoners at that, and who want to start their own business.
Wow.
Or even get into the workforce, because I really bring that into that discussion. You know, you may want to start with a job, just get out there, get your feet wet again,
Absolutely.
you know, get around people again. But many of them have ideas, and so I've taught a class on how to create your business plan to them. I'm also working with them on how to do interviews. That's key,
Yeah.
for sure. And on really saying, you know, let's start where you are. That's what we need to do.
Yes.
I mean, be ready because you're getting ready to leave, but you're starting here.
Yep.
And, you know, you have a resume, you can talk about that, but here's where you are today. And let's go forward from here. And that's been very rewarding, but hopefully very helpful as well. I've been asked back many times, and I've even done, I've most recently did a virtual training.
Nice.
And so it was pushed out to, I know there were 100 men in the room of the facility that I'm used to going to, but they pushed it out to other prisons. So that was, yeah.
So, you know, with what you're doing, that helps them get out, but it also helps build their self-esteem.
Absolutely. And it's amazing. I mean, when I first started this, I was doing, it was called speed mentoring. So we were in a room and there were other people doing what I was doing, but you had 5 minutes on my chair and then you moved on and the next person moved on. And now when I go back there, I'm known, I guess, to someone, so I see my old friends, but it's been really great. I mean, just the fact that the communication skills are improved, the comfortable setting, the comfortable feeling of talking to someone. And we stay on topic. We do. But, you know, if they want to talk a little about their children or, you know, their home, you know, their hometown, their relative, a lot of people have a lot of support that will be there for them when and that feels really good in talking to people. For me, it just seemed like such a hopeful situation.
Yeah.
You know, you're seeing that people really want to start and, you know, have a new start.
Yeah.
It's a good feel.
So you got so much going on, and you know, after the gazebo closed, it's kind of you would think that you'd be retiring by the beach all the time, just doing this and doing that. But no, you're out there working. You are really working.
I do like it though. I mean, I think that's what life's all about, really, is keep on going.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not ready to stop, or hopefully don't need to stop for any reason.
No, not at all. Because you're just glowing over there, you know, just doing what you do. You know, okay, so we do have a connection. MacArthur Center.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on closing down?
I think it's very sad. I tried to support the stores that were still there right till the end. But, you know, I said to someone recently, isn't that the newest building in Norfolk? Why are we taking it away? You know, why couldn't it have been repurposed? I mean, why couldn't we have saved it first? I loved my time there. I loved being a tenant there. The management was the best. And I've been in many malls. I mean, with Garden Gazebo and with Hickory Farms, the best I've ever experienced. It was such a feel-good mall. I remember the first day it opened being there. And ironically, I did a cart the first year they were open with Garden Gazebo. They were looking for people to just fill the mall with something interesting. And I'll never forget that, because the management company wanted everyone to decorate with wisteria. I mean, you know how hard that is to find. So we decorated with wisteria, fit with the gardening. But yeah, it was beautiful, and so much shopping in that mall. I mean, even if you weren't going to buy anything, just to walk around
and see all the people, right?
So it's sad to me. But if I thought that was so isolated with only MacArthur, I would really feel bad. But it seems to be the way of the malls
the world
days.
now.
Yeah.
Right.
And we had so many. That was something I learned with helping run the Hickory Farms business. We had 6 major malls in our area that I could drive to within 30 minutes of my home. And although, you know, people tried to stick to their neighborhood, there were a lot of repeat. There were a lot of Macy's, and there were a lot of Dillard's, and so, you know, I guess once online shopping became very popular, it was difficult to keep enough.
You know, and we're all guilty of it. I know I'm guilty of it. work in a mall, but you don't shop in the mall.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
And so-
But I did love my time at MacArthur. I had a beautiful location. We had great customers, and we made
She had
it.
a beautiful store, guys. I mean, her store was phenomenal.
Well, and we made it through COVID. I mean, that was the big part.
Yeah.
I didn't leave because of COVID. I left because we hit the 30-year mark, and I saw what was coming in terms of the mall itself. But I mean, honestly, my COVID experience in retail was amazing. And I don't know if I think we've talked about this before, but I kept in touch with anybody who could tell me what to do next. And the National Retail Federation said, you need to fill this application out. And it was the business that owned QVC and Home Shopping Network. And I filled it out. They wanted a woman-owned business, someone who had brick and mortar and a website, and someone who had community service. And I said, well, I think I need that. Well, we were spotlighted. Out of 20 businesses in the country were spotlighted. I was live on QVC
Isn't
and
that
Home
amazing?
Shopping Network.
Woo!
During COVID, it blew up my website. We got it back up. But it was really wonderful that a company like that said, this is how we're going to help small businesses.
And they
And we
did.
were selected.
Wow.
And I was right in my store. So I didn't have to go anywhere for that.
Right.
They did it right there. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Amazing. So this lady, she puts up fingers and stuff, right? And she just makes it happen. I mean, so okay. So what you don't know is she's one of our sponsors. And so you might see her name come up from time to time because the makeup that I'm wearing right today was donated to the studio from Pam. From Pam. And so now women can come into our studio and they can go to the dressing room and fix themselves up and just feel good about themselves. And so that, to me, all the women that we have are not, I don't know how to say it. All the women we have are not all, have money and things like that. So sometimes they might need something to make them feel good. And so being able to come into a real studio under real lights, under real camera, and a real makeup room, that just kind of added to what we had to offer. And so, Pam, thank you. Thanking you on the World Wide Web. Thank you for being our sponsor.
My
and thank
pleasure.
you for being who you are.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Now tell people how to get in touch with you.
Okay, so now with my consulting, I do have a website, and it's a mouthful, but I'll say it anyway. PSK Small Biz Consulting.com. And it does take you through those tiers that I was talking about. It gives you a lot of other information about some additional type of consulting that I can do if you are a business that wants to address different things during different seasons. I can help with hiring and training employees and help you develop your training program. So there's a lot in the website. So take a look at that. And then Pamela S. Katrancha at gmail.com. And yeah.
Okay. So let's bring the top question of the day. Okay. So each week for Girl Talk, you'll see some little commercials of me bringing out our questions of the day. So this one, our very first week, we got five weeks of Girl Talk. So this week, what's one business lesson you've learned the hard way?
Hard way.
Or not life?
I'll tell you, maybe, I think this would be it because I do bring this up to businesses that I try and help. And that is, you can't be a one-woman or a one-man show. And so often, people do that. Not only, they think they're saving money maybe because they can do a whole lot and then have employees do a little bit more. That's one thing. Or they think it's too hard to teach someone to do some of the skills, but I really try and let people know. And I learned it. And I had a great assistant. And let me tell you, she knew as much as I did because I taught it to her, and that helped me. So not trying to be a one-person show. That's it's hard to do because you give up some things.
Right.
But in the end, you can accomplish so much more.
I love it. Absolutely love it. And you're right. A lot of times people think they can, I can do it. Sometimes it's easier because sometimes people are not trainable, and you're just like, well, I might as well just do it myself. So that is kind of an obstacle that people will have to get around.
I think so, and you're right about that. And sometimes an owner isn't a good teacher. I mean, it's hard to explain some of the things that you just know how to do without thinking.
Right.
But it's doable, and try it, because I promise you the end results are worth it.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Now, so as we get ready to wrap it up, I always ask for words of wisdom. Give us some words of wisdom. So if someone that wants to be in a position where you are, you've had a nice, healthy life. You've done fun things, articles, you've accomplished so much. How would you tell someone to put them in the right pathway to get where you are?
It's interesting. I just came from a family reunion. Okay?
Did you?
So, so saw siblings and cousins, and then there were the next generation and the next generation. But we talked about how we came up, and it wasn't always easy. I mean, we were certainly all educated, but yeah, life wasn't that easy, and saw your working parents and all of that. But I think my words of wisdom currently, and what I gain a lot from, is showing up. And I know that's, to some people they say, you're always busy. I'm always busy, but I like what I do. I show up, I meet people. I met you at a networking event. You go to these networking events, I always come away with something.
Some nuggets.
Something really good. And it doesn't just end with what I got out of it. It becomes my next connection to what I'm going to do next.
Right.
And so I think showing up, learning, never thinking that it's, time to quit. I mean, too many people retire and then don't think that you can continue to learn.
Right.
And I love the learning part. I really do.
Yeah.
So I think, show up, look for things that interest you, and just go and try them. If you're working, if you're in a business, look for those things that are going to help you gain more knowledge, more skills, more ideas. You'll be around people who will inspire you, and who will connect you to something new.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. Some great words. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. Okay, is there anything else that our audience needs to know before we go?
I don't think so. I'd stay cool in this weather.
For real, for real.
Oh my
So
God.
if you haven't had a chance to check out her article, you can go on my page, or you can go on Pam's page. Tell them where they can find it on your page.
Mine is on for LinkedIn, and I think it's on your LinkedIn as well, right?
And so go to LinkedIn, and where you get to learn about her and all the amazing things that she's done. I mean, she's been in over, was it 30 malls?
Oh yeah.
She's been in over 30 malls.
Yeah.
Her business was just booming. And like she said, she was selling all through COVID. I mean, this lady is someone you really need to get to know. She really is.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, until the next Girl Talk, we'll see you next time right here, SKST Radio. Bye for now. I guess somebody's going to end us.
An SKST Radio Network production. Powered by SKST Radio Network and SGA Entertainment. Tommy G.